Hi guys, my name is Annette. Welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to be doing a bit of a reading vlog. I have 3 books here that are all from the library and we'll see how far I get through them. This one I am roughly halfway through at the moment. The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Alice has spent most of her life on the road, always one step ahead of the strange bad luck biting at her heels. But when Alice's grandmother, the reclusive author of a book of pitch-dark fairy tales, dies alone on her isolated estate, the Hazelwood, Alice discovers how bad her luck can really get. Her own mother is stolen away by a figure who claims to come from the supernatural world where the fairy tales are set. Alice's only clue is the message left behind: stay away from the Hazelwood. To rescue her mother, Alice must venture first to the Hazelwood, then into the world where her grandmother's tales began. So at roughly halfway, just about to start chapter 15, the mother has been taken. We've seen a bit of Alice's childhood, and now she's trying to figure out where the Hazelwood is because Alice has never been there herself. She has currently one friend that's helping her, and she's been to a reporter to ask for her help as well. So we'll get to reading this one. The second book is the Book of Azrael, which is book 1 in Gods and Monsters series, I believe. Yeah. So this one, where there are gods, there are also monsters. For 1,000 years, the ether world has known peace until now. Many centuries ago, desperate to save her dying sister, Deanna made a deal with Caden, a monster far worse than any nightmare. Locked in servitude to him, she is forced to hunt down an ancient relic held by her most dangerous enemies, an army led by Samkiel, the World Ender. After the Gods' War, Samkiel hid from everything, denying his crown and deserting his people. Now an attack on those he loves sends him back to the realm he never wished to return to, and into the sights of an enemy he had hoped to forget. With every world at stake, Deanna and Samkiel are forced to set aside their animosity and work together before all is lost. This one would be starting a new series. And last but not least, we've got Sorcery of a Queen, which is the second book in the Dragons of Terror series. I read book 1, Blood of an Exile, in April. So book 1 focuses on a dragon hunter. Exiles become dragon hunters because it's like a sure death sentence. One of the exiles has killed over 60 dragons, so less of a death sentence for him. And he gets an invitation to the palace, and we see quite a path from there. So this would follow on from that. So I guess it's time to start or continue reading the library books I've picked up in the last week. finished. Hey guys, our last check-in, we finished The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. This one was quite an interesting read. Quite a lot of fairy tale and how it intersects with real life. And then everything kind of from like roughly here on, it was a bit chaotic. All sorts of things were happening. And it's very good for a YA. Not something I would have picked up if the blurb had said more about what kind of goes on. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna rate this one maybe a 3.75. Good story, entertaining. Kind of lost me in the last section. And the ending was not what I expected at all. Not saying I'm loving it. Yeah. But now we're on to our next library read. I've picked up the Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. The words in here are quite a bit smaller and it's quite a thick book with 600 pages. So let's get started. Okay, so a bit of an update. I am roughly 25% in chapter 16. And so we have met Diana, who is a supernatural being, whose kind destroyed the gods in the Gods' War. So it was believed that her kind was wiped out at that time, along with the gods. Yeah. So we've met Diana. She and her kin are looking for the Book of Azrael to try and open a portal to the other world to let in more of her kin to this world, as far as I understand. And we've just met Liam, who is Samkir, the last god, who is known as the World Ender. Yeah. Diana's just been kidnapped and tortured for a bit, and now we're kind of at a stopping point, like not a stopping point, now they're transporting her to a different part of the world. So she's being transported from here to over here. And new things will happen. Yeah. Sam Keel has been isolated since the Gods' War, which was thousands and thousands of years ago. So he doesn't know much about this world. Yeah. I will do another check-in when I've read some more. Hi guys! So earlier I finished the Book of Azrael. I quite enjoyed this one. I liked Deanna as a character. She was fierce and strong and sassy, but was irritating at times, like most FMCs, I think. I liked Liam. He was very on and off to me. I think they'll be good together. I don't know. We'll see how it goes in book 2. I am definitely, after that ending, I am definitely reading book 2. I want to see how that continues and how she evolves. I think, yeah. And yeah. Really enjoyed the story. There was a lot of travel, and a lot of the points were a bit meh to me. Just like when they were at the vampire castle, there was a lot of time wasted there, and some of it didn't quite make sense. I thought it was a bit repetitive as well, in the sense of Deanna has a friend, that friend backstabs her after she joins Liam. So just a bit repetitive in that sense. She is fiercely protective of her sister, and that really, really connected me to the story. Yeah. I'd probably rate this one maybe a 4.25. There were a few times where I was just didn't grab my attention, and I wasn't like super invested in some points, but I'm definitely gonna read the second one and we'll see from there how it goes. Yeah. So the next book in this vlog is Sorcery of a Queen, which is book 2 in the Dragons of Terror series by Brian Neslud. I quite enjoyed book 1. Book 1 was Blood of an Exile, which follows Burchard as who is enters the exile as he gets basically tasked with the retrieval of the princess from who was taken to an enemy kingdom, and they have to like sneak in to collect her. Really interesting and really engaged. Very Middle Ages ish vibe with keeps and barricades and stuff like that. Quite interesting. Also, like, most taverns don't have running water or anything of that sort. Well, not in the sense that we do now. Or like, a lot of it is like apothecaries and stuff like that. It was really, really interesting. I really enjoyed reading about it, like the time frame of it. So I'm really hoping that continues in this book, which I mean it should do because it's a continuation in the same world. But yeah, this one follows the queen as she adapts her magic with the use of a dragon piece. So yeah, let's get into this one. way they talk about things like homing pigeons and stuff is so interesting. In this sentence, they're saying they're only trained to go to specific places. So when one person sends one letter, she probably also says where the next one's going to show up. But and then it's like, why don't they just train the birds to fly back and forth? And it's like, that's impossible. It's just so interesting to read about. I actually love seeing so much of Jolyn and Vera. They were so interesting in the first book, so this is great. I like the format of having the notes in the text. I think that's really neat. This is creepy. Finished. I have no words currently. I quite enjoyed this one. It followed on nicely, but man, there was some wild things going on. I'm not even sure how. Yeah, I really enjoyed book one. And I enjoyed this too. It's just, things were wild. I'm definitely going to finish the series. I think there's only one more book. And I can probably get it through the library again. But yeah, it was wild. There's basically a war going on between all of these countries and this country, but it's all like
This one is the most modern of times, and all of the rest are very historic. Yeah, so this is the only country that's got any running water or anything like that. Very machine based. Yeah. Cool. All the others are very, that we've seen so far, are very behind in their progression of technology aspects, except for one, Osiris Wilde. Yeah, we see him a bit in the first book where he's working for Valeria. Silas, the Dragon Slayer, meets him first. Yeah, which is also very wild. Like, things will happen in these books. And I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm really happy we got to see more of Jolin. He was quite cool. He is an alchemist apprentice. Yeah. I'm really excited to continue on with this one. But this one is the last book in this little reading vlog. If you couldn't tell, I've gotten sick since I started this vlog, so now we're, yes, finishing it off. Yeah. I think I'm going to rate this one maybe a 3.75 as well. I think I've rated the first one, Blood of an Exile, 3.75. So I think I'm going to continue, and this one will be a 3.75 as well. Mainly because none of what I saw coming, none of what happened I saw coming. Mainly because it was just so wild. Like, some of it doesn't fit the storyline of the first book at all. Some of it does, but some of it really doesn't. I really liked the mixed media in this of the notes being portrayed. I think I showed a clip of that one. Yeah. I like how these books are set up with the chapters mid-page. There is no empty spaces in these whatsoever. Yeah. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.